Good evening, fellow colleagues, esteemed panel members. My name is Hope Amenyah, and I'm presenting today. I'm here to present our research title, Entrepreneurial and Innovative Leadership, Fostering Organizational Adaptability, Competitive Advantage, and Entrepreneurial Mindset in Established Institutions. This systematic literature review was co-authored by Kwasi Kwarteng, Dominic Ebow Aarhin, and Hope Amenyah. Our overview. Our research explores how systematic institutions can move beyond traditional rigid structures by adopting an entrepreneurial mindset to maintain a competitive edge in an increasing volatile environment. Entrepreneurial and innovative leadership, one may ask what it means. This is a blended framework where leaders combine entrepreneurial traits, which comprises visionary risk-taking, proactive opportunity pursuit, value creation in uncertain environments, and it also included proactive leadership behaviors, which also consists of team empowerment, creativity, strategic decision making. Now, our research objective dwells on 5 thematic areas. 1, evidence synthesis. That is to execute a systematic synthesis of 50 peer-reviewed studies using the PRISMA 2020 protocol. Second, causal mechanism to determine if entrepreneurial and innovative leadership influences outcome through dynamic capabilities or deeper culture shifts. 3, diffusion processes. We sought to analyze how entrepreneurial orientation actually transfers to large-scale, often bureaucratic institutions. 4, framework development. We also sought to construct an integrated conceptual framework that unifies this theoretical perspective. And finally, practical strategies, where we formulate a roadmap for cultivating these mindsets within the institutional settings. Prof, next slide. Methodology. Our team capitalized or used PRISMA 2020 protocol, where we conducted a comprehensive search to ensure that the highest quality of evidence were utilized using the PRISMA 2020 protocol. Our team also searched for 11 databases, which included Scopus, Word of Science, and Google Scholar, just to mention a few. We began with initial pool of 8,350 records, but after removing duplicates and conducting rigorous screening of relevance and full test quality, we arrived at full selection of 50 peer-reviewed studies, which was published between 2010 and 2025. Next slide, Prof. Now, the 50 peer-reviewed studies that we concluded on, now we sought to classify it under the dominant themes, and our review revealed that several dominant themes existed several dominant themes were within the literature. One, we realized that the digital transformation led to about 20 studies, highlighting its role as a primary driver of modern leadership shifts. And secondly, entrepreneurial leadership also had 10 studies. Organizational agility also had 9 studies, and other significant areas, which included dynamic capabilities 8 and competitive advantage 7. This trend, what it tells us is that the publication frequency increased significantly from 2020 onwards, directly coinciding with the global pandemic and resulting urgency for organizational adaptability. Next slide, please. Now, we also sought to look at the integrated framework, integrated theoretical framework, where entrepreneurial innovative leadership model, we looked at the proposed framework, which unifies 3 critical pillars. One, the entrepreneurial leadership, which defines as a visionary risk-taking, proactive opportunity pursuit, and team empowerment. Secondly, the dynamic capabilities, which also involve sensing, seizing, and reconfiguring of resources to respond to environmental shifts. And finally, competitive advantage, which was also achieved through innovative ecosystem and market responses. What these 3 critical pillars tells us was that the synergy of these pillars resulted in an organizational adaptability, allowing firms to participate, allowing firms to participate and cope with challenges. Next slide, please. Now, we also looked at organizational adaptability. Organizational adaptability. Here, we looked at the key findings of the organizational adaptability. First, the results that we had of our study plays a significant role in enhancing organizational resilience, and it supports the organization across three stages. One is anticipation of challenges, effective coping during disruption, and finally, adaptation through learning and improvement. Secondly, leadership decision-making quality emerge as a key driver of agility. The findings indicate that when leaders make time and well-informed decisions, organizations are better able to respond quickly and effectively to changing conditions. Thirdly, dynamic digital capabilities were also found to be a mediating effort. This means that there is a link of the organizational stability to sense opportunities with its ability to seize them, ensuring that insights are translated into concrete actions. And finally, the study highlighted continuous organizational agility, which is essential for sustaining competitive positioning. That is to say, the organizations consistently adapt, more resilient and better prepared for uncertainty. And what these three key findings tells us is that organizational adaptability is not a single capability, but a combination of leadership effectiveness, digital readiness, and continuous learning process. Prof, next slide, please. Here as I said, we sought to look at competitive advantage. And here we are looking at key statistical findings. And our research revealed that the data revealed that performance impact was high. And that is say the data shows a large positive effect on firms' performance across multiple sectors. And we had 0.41 being correlation coefficient between leadership and competitive advantage. And what this tells is that there is a positive coefficient between leadership and competitive advantage. Secondly, standardized effect sizes, and that included strategic vision, which is also a standardized effect size for enhanced vision.
You have 1 minute left.
Adaptability, which is 0.85, competitive edge 0.82, Prof. Cultivating entrepreneurial mindsets. And here we are looking at establishing a formal entrepreneurial structures and psychological safety, where we look at critical culture components, which is an aspect of psychological safety, and ambidextrous learning, which also focus on ambidextrous, which masters ambidextrous learning. Next slide, Prof. Our key finding, pathway necessity. And we realize that it is not only cognitive, but also structure pathway that are complementary to these studies. And the human agency, entrepreneurial leadership is a special human agency that most consistent with associated with sensing and seizing capability and digital amplifier.
All righty, thank you so much. I think your time is up, so we appreciate a wonderful presentation from your team. Class, let's show them some round of applause. Again, they used all the time, so we can't ask them a question for now until we wrap up. So class, if you don't mind, why don't we show them appreciation of their work with a round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wonderful presentation.